My name's Travis, and I'm here to fuck your bitch.
What's going on, guys? So it's Adam, and today we're going to be doing another beat tutorial. Today I wanted to do a Memphis drift tutorial. If you're not familiar with the genre, I'll go ahead and show you some examples here. Alright, anyways, getting into it, we're going to do something a little different today. Instead of doing a live cook-up, I'd prefer to do some, basically a beat deconstruction. Basically what I did was I found this is the first thing I started with right here. I took this, and it's basically a Nexus atmosphere plugin. This right here. I took that sound and I then made this pattern with it just for some texture. And after I did that, I decided to lay down some drums. Here's what the drums are looking like for this. So basically what I did, when you're sound selecting for these types of beats, you want to grab something that's kind of vintage. So for the 808, I did this. And for the effect, just brought my sounds up on the low end, and then I used a compressor. Compression is extremely important in these types of beats because you want your bass to knock. So without either of these, the bass sounds like this. And then with the EQ, and then the limiter. And so for the basic drum pattern, I just did a kick. This kick right here. Yeah. And then I layered a snare. Let me just play all the snares together for you. Now the thing I wanted to point out about these snares is they're actually really high pitched. So if you listen to all of them, they don't sound the way they do on my snares. And the reason being is because I brought them all down, as you can see. It's not on C. So now it sounds deeper. With that being said, you can make a snare sound vintage without having to pick a vintage sound. Anyways, and then the hats, which are really, really simple. Just a regular two-step. And for the hats, I put a couple of effects on them. I did your typical EQ like that, and then I did a fruity stereo enhancer, which kind of flips them to side. So you can do this, like this. But I just left it on default. Anyways, I also added what's typical in Memphis beats is this bell sound. I created this pattern for the main melody. Just something repetitive, and then with all of those parts we just talked about added together, this is what it sounds like. And so another thing that's really common in these types of beats are vocal samples like this.
I got a bullet with your name on the fucking tip, so close your eyes as I stick this Glock between your lips. I got a bullet with your name on the fucking tip, so close your eyes as I stick this Glock between.
And what I did with the rest of the beat is I put this part out right here so it wouldn't be too repetitive.
I got a bullet with your name on the fucking tip, so close your eyes as I stick this Glock between your lips. I got a bullet with your name on the fucking tip, so close your eyes as I stick this Glock between your lips.
And then over here, I switched the vocal sample and made a different 808 pattern. Here's the new 808. And and here's what it sounds like with the rest of the beat.
And in your house, so you better run it up, 'cause this is part 2 of the motherfucking kill. And in your house, so you better run it up, 'cause this is part 2 of the Ain't No Killer.
And then over here, I just made a new 808 pattern. And then after that, I just broke up our melody. And then it just repeats the original drop. And then I added some new vocals to it. And then for the outro, I added this reverb on it as it goes out. So the reverb gets stronger. And that's the whole beat.
Negative K, nothing further, just take care of me in the corner.